So, question, did we put funding 5-10 billion for the Mindanao Railway? The former DOTR secretary, parang biglang delay ng delay yung sa subway sa Metro Manila, di ba?
Senate Minority Leader, sa 2026 merong 1 billion for the Mindanao Railway under GOP counterpart. Ang wala lang doon yung loan. So they're expecting hopefully na magkaroon ng loan in the next few
I'll not belabor the point,
2026.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, but just to give you a apples to apples comparison, magkano po in general yung ballpark figure ng ating Metro Manila subway? It's about 500 billion ba?
Alam ko mga ano ho yan, mga if my memory serves me correctly, mga 400 parang 400 billion dollars.
Okay.
400 billion sorry, $4 billion.
$4 billion.
Yeah.
So mga 200 billion
pesos. Yeah,
okay.
more or less mga
Sa phase 1 ng Mindanao Railway, it's 100B. And they said that if they get 10B, they can hit the ground running. So what is 10B compared to the 6.7 trillion at meron tayong unprogrammed na 170. So if you want, lagyan natin ng 5B sa program, 5B sa unprogram, although we're against the unprogram. But my point is, Mr. President, hanggang kailan maghihintay yung mga taga Mindanao na alam naman natin pag sinabi mong next year, loan pa lang yon, that's another 2-3 years, then another 2-3 years bago ma-implement. But they said because nga nag-pull out lang yung financing,
Chinese funder,
everything is ready. And even if they get funding from whether the Japanese or the Koreans, the Australians, wherever, no? May 25% counterpart pa rin naman, which is 25 billion. So they did not put any, there's no hesitation in their part. Tinanong ko diretso, kung bibigyan namin kayo ng 10 to 25, kaya nyo na ba simulan? Yes. So in fact, I would even say, why doesn't the Maharlika Fund invest there? Why don't we package it sa ibang mga oligarchs natin na kung kukuha kayo ng mga highway na gagawin yung tollway, pero eto naman, ano yun rin. But ang point, Mr. President, this is such a great opportunity. Nalagyan natin ng 5-10 billion. Let's not let this opportunity go away. Yesterday, we were speaking about 50 billion. We were talking about certain pricing.
1 billion.
So meron tayong leeway doon, eh, di ba? So may I appeal to the chair that whether it's 5 sa unprogram, 5 sa program, let's show Mindanao na despite the politics that is going on, hindi sila casualty sa politics.
Ako ay support po yung Mindanao Railway dahil alam po natin na ang Mindanao is our food basket. Diyan po talaga nanggagaling marami sa ating mga produce at ang weather ho nila relatively smooth throughout the year. Pero ang transportation logistics, mahal din eh kung hindi ho gagawin yung ating railway system. So magandang idea ho yan.
I'm not that sure, Mr. President, about yung pagtaas ng population sa home city mo. No? But kaming magkatabi, Muntinlupa at saka Taguig, ano kami, 2 of the highest in Metro Manila and I think in the country. And basically lumilipat is from Central Luzon, from Bicol, from Visayas, Mindanao. Kasi nga, pag nakitang may trabaho, may libre ang edukasyon, hinahatid sa bahay yung mga gamot, di ba, lumilipat dito. Yeah. But you know, if we start building the railway, I'm 100% sure yung ating mga mall owners, yung mga land developers, will start their development kung saan yung mga stasyon ng tren. So it will be such a good sign in the midterm. No, I'm a little bit cautious kasi of administration starting something pag last year na nila. Yeah. For many reasons. I mean, sa first year ng Marcos administration, the former DOTR secretary, parang biglang delay ng delay yung sa subway sa Metro Manila, di ba? So from having stations opened in 2026, naging 2027, naging 2028. Pag hindi mo administrasyon ang ginawa, ang daling ituro dun sa past, no? So if they actually started in 2026, imagine you have the whole 2026, the whole 2027, and it will really be a good sign that despite, you know, some how do I put it diplomatically, animosity between the president and the vice president, painful discussions of impeachment between the House of Representatives and the Senate as an impeachment court, hindi casualty ang Mindanao because we will still put that funding. And 10 billion is basically the budget of 2 or 3 congressional districts, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
So may I earnestly push that we include that in the amendments today. Kahit 5-10 billion, kahit saan program yung funding.
We'll confer and consult with His Honor kung saan magiging accounts doon. But I support that. Maganda ho talaga ang Mindanao Railway. No?
Senator Villanueva was whispering to me that there's only 12 senators here, but I was informed my sister is here, so there's 13 already. So we can decide. The second question also is it's music to the ears of our majority leader that meron tayong quorum. So the second one, I do not know if fully capable na ang DOTR of building the Subic Clark, unlike the ano, but can we consider that sa BICAM if they say that they can do it? Kasi yung sa Mindanao, sinabi na nilang diretsuhan eh. Yung sa Subic Clark, they said na totoong since 2016, 2017 pinag-uusapan.
Yeah.
Nung una hiningi natin yon as a grant. And then ngayon pinackage nila. Ang problema sa package, ano eh, pag hindi na-approve yung buong package, hindi rin siya approve.
Yeah. Yung Subic Clark po, alam ko it's right now nasa parang feasibility study.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Alam ko.
But ang problema nga, sinama yung feasibility study sa isang malaking network. Sinama pati dun
NSCR, sa North-South Commuter Rail. Yeah,
but anyway, let me just put that on record and be a kind colleague to Senator Lapid, who's from Pampanga, no, Pampanga Tarlac, and see sa BICAM if we have some room to look at that project.
In principle, Minority Leader, I support transportation, logistics. Talagang naghahabol lang tayo. In fact, yung mga ginagawa ho natin ngayon, it's just playing catching up. So I support that.
No, and I will tell you why. It's because of our experience in Fort Bonifacio or BGC. Imagine, ang buong Fort Bonifacio is over 500 hectares, ang BGC is 100 hectares, but look at the development. Samantalang ang Clark is between 27,000 to 30-something thousand hectares, depende kung isasama mo yung mountainous areas, Puera pa Subic. So if you can really fix you have a beautiful international airport in Clark, you have a deep port in Subic. Subic is very not only symbolic but important in our fight sa West Philippine Sea, di ba? It's in the future, pwede talagang ayusin ng ating Navy yon. So if you really have a train
tama ho kayo.
for goods and people between Clark and Subic, even yung synergy na inimagine ng mga Amerikano when they built it in the late 1800s, early 1900s, can be fully utilized if we have that, no?
Tama.
But yun nga, natatakpan ng mga, how do I say it, no? Yung mga mas urgent. So I think these two railways, Mindanao and Subic Clark, are both as important as others like the subway. But sometimes kasi pag napapanood mo sa news, araw-araw na traffic, nagiging mas urgent yung iba. Pero actually, in terms of importance, magsing importante sila. In fact, I would argue it's even more important because if people move, ang ganda-ganda ng Bulacan, Tarlac, Pampanga, Nueva Ecija. So, but ang problema nga is the infrastructure, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah. So, Mr. President, ako sinusuportahan ko itong railway system natin, and conceptually, Mr. President, we will support that in the budget. Ang iko-consult ko na lang ang ating Minority Leader and DOTR on how much to put para malaman natin na magagastos ho nila. For Subic Clark Railway for 2026, meron ng right-of-way fund under BCDA of amounting to 70 million pesos.
Okay.
No? So meron na rin silang intention to start the right-of-way acquisition for both projects actually.
Yes.
For both projects.
So the next question is unprogrammed funds. No, You were telling me yesterday, Mr. Chairman, and let me give you that opportunity, that although the majority wishes to keep it, or the palace wishes to keep it, because in my research, before 2022, walang unprogrammed, walang ganun release, no? And you confirmed to me that in the past 3 years, may unprogrammed pero lump sum.
Yung sagip portion.
Yes.
Meron doon unprogrammed sagip. At itong sagip portion is lump sum. No?
And not to use this as an opportunity to defend my colleague, Senator Joel, but you know, it's a little bit crazy that you have that fund, that it's actually the executive that can release, but a district engineer is claiming that he can have it released for a senator without the senator knowing it. So I leave that to those investigating, but I'm just stating for the record na nakakabuang isipin na pwedeng ganon. So my first option is to ask na tanggalin to. But if we keep it, the chairman was telling me he has some reforms and some special provisions to make sure that it will not be abused, and it will not, because I don't want, let me make it clear, I don't want it to be a black hole.
No. Tama ho kayo dyan.
Can you imagine if it's a black hole, then pag may na-release, anyone can say, si Governor ganito yung nagpa-release. Si Senator ganito nagpa-release. Si ganito pag-release. Wala kang kalaban-laban in this environment and in this in the present environment, no? Yes, go ahead, Majority Leader. I will always yield to you.
So just to clarify, I just want to clarify, Mr. President, the query of the good senator, the minority floor leader. Ang usapan nga natin ay dapat wala ng unprogrammed funds. Kung meron bang naiwan unprogrammed funds, Mr. President, may we request the chairperson to tell us what the unprogrammed funds is going to be used for, like specifically. Kasi dyan po nagkaroon ng problema dito sa investigations na ito, yung scandals. I think the idea was dapat wala ng unprogrammed funds. But if the good sponsor can tell us what the unprogrammed funds are for, to be clear to all of us.
Yeah. Then after that, Mr. Chairman, maybe I will yield, but I have some proposals. But if any of our colleagues have proposals specifically on the unprogrammed fund, I will yield, Mr. President. Kasi